What's up, Heru? How are you?
Oh, I'm diviner and diviner every day, Trey. How are you?
I'm great. It's great to be with you again. And we haven't really touched on this, but I think it's really important for the audience to hear around mindfulness in the workplace. You offer some services. People maybe don't even know about that. Tell us more about how you're bringing mindfulness to the workplace.
Oh, definitely. I offer some executive coaching and team coaching as well, and guidance around mindfulness. Mindfulness in the workplace is really important to reduce stress, reduce presenteeism, right? Absenteeism. And people just generally having malaise with interactions at work. Team dynamics and things can be really impacted when we have folks that aren't mindful of each other, mindful of themselves, aren't really tapped into where they are right now in the moment, so they can bring their best authentic self to the workplace in those interactions that are very conducive to getting things done in a healthy manner.
Well, this is important too, because we've been discussing a lot of this kind of things that folks can be doing for their own journeys, right? But this is something that really brings all of that work to a collective. And I want to hear a little bit about that, because in any workplace, even if it's remote, you're dealing with a team of folks. And everyone kind of doing something collectively now elevates not only the understanding, but how people are able to respond to all of the great outcomes of that work and of that mindfulness. Tell us a bit more about that collectiveness that you can bring to workplaces so that people understand those dynamics.
Definitely. I mean, anybody can be a monk on a mountaintop, right? The proof is when you step into the workplace or step into real life and try to figure out how to bring that mindfulness there. So what we do is we work with teams and groups of people to really understand exactly where they are. So we do an assessment around, hey, look, what are you experiencing in the workplace? Do you have access to health benefits and things like that, or have some mindfulness activities that you're doing outside of the workplace that we can tap into to start bringing them in? So I do an assessment around that, and we report out around that assessment, really break that understanding down, and then we curate a class in a group of workshops to talk through those things, to really maximize your potential. We do active practices inside of the classroom to bring out the best of you between the team. We do group breathing exercises, group building exercises, group relaxation exercises, group visualization exercises. One of my favorite exercises is really to look at the person, right, when you're doing these breathing moments, and taking time to visualize, right, seeing your team member, bringing them their best selves to work, knowing that they're authentic and they have the best interests of the group together at heart, and then taking that back into the team dynamic and interacting with that person from that perspective. So now okay, this person is not out to hurt me. They're not, angry at me. They're not my enemy. They're my coworker. We're really moving towards a common goal together. So how can we benefit and find the win-win, which is important, right? I want to win the interaction, but I want my team member to win as well, and I want my team to win. So how do we work on that together? This works in the workplace. This works on the football field. This works on the basketball, hardwood and things of that nature. It works in our families as well. We have a lot of interesting dynamics that we have to deal with. But one of the biggest issues is that when we have conflict, is to start to really work on finding the win-win. I want to help you. I don't want to hurt you, right? I want to heal you. You know what I mean? I don't want to cause you pain.
Yeah. See, this right here is something that is definitely not talked about enough in terms of collaborative work environment, how to create that. I know people are now trying to figure out, okay, well, how do we create a place where everyone feels like they're valued, they're appreciated, right? Like their contribution is significant here. And some of this is, it kind of goes beyond seeing someone for what their role is, right? I think we all kind of do that in these workplace environments specifically. We see people's role and we're like, hey, we know that I come to you for X, Y, Z, right? Because you're the expert in that thing, whatever it is. But the idea that you can visualize for them to be there at their optimum best self in the workplace is something that's completely, I think, new for a lot of people to be thinking about and bringing into their workplace. Also, too, this leads to conflict resolution. We have a lot of experts out there that, are constantly being booked in their business because their consultation is really around conflict resolution and creating and establishing that great team environment. How have you been able to kind of see some of this work in terms of coming in, utilizing these practices to address those specific needs?
Oh, for sure. This is Black History Month, right? So, our ancestors built an entire civilization off of resolving conflict and having this understanding of oneness and mindfulness, really. So, we go back to our ancestors. Our ancestors saw, us as one. Right? We in America start seeing ourselves as individuals. I'm an individual. I'm Heru, you're Trey. We don't know how to communicate. I got my own set of goals and my own ideals, and you have yours. But when we break it down and understand that we're one people, we're one energy, right? We came from one source, that type of understanding, we can start working and operating together, right? And we can build a common good. We look at our ancestors in Egypt, they built a civilization that lasted for about 3,500 years, right? Without major conflict going on during that 3,500 years of existence. Why can't we replicate that in our family structure, in our workplaces? And so we do that by really tapping into that oneness. We are a member of the same collective good, right? And we have the same collective goal. We want harmony, we want peace, we want success, and we want our work to really express our creativity, our genius, and the best of us. So if I can tap into that source, that oneness, and see myself as not your enemy, not opposed to you, but how I can support you, that starts the whole ball rolling, right? So when we really break down conflict resolution, we got to start with realizing that we're in this together, we're pulling the same direction, right? And you're not my enemy. I don't have one.
I love this too, because as you're talking, I'm just thinking about the tremendous benefits when we go back to how civilizations were built and utilizing these principles and these practices to establish a major civilizations. This is what we need in our communities now. And as you mentioned Black History Month, I'm always thinking, okay, how are we contributing to this lineage that is Black history, right? And there is such a need right now in our communities around the country, but even globally, around bringing these kinds of understandings to a collective body and community to begin to eliminate some of the negative things that we're seeing in our community. Yes, some of it is outside, but some of it is driven from the inside and allows us to uproot that. You've been doing Qigong classes, you've been offering opportunities for folks to tap in. What are some of the things that you're excited about in 2024 as we think about, how to bring this out to the community even more?
So many opportunities. We're doing Qigong inside of the schools still again. We're in Federal Way School District. We're teaching the young ones. We're stepping in now to teach the teachers as well. So now we can communicate on the same plane. We're stepping into business places. I'm working with different business entities to really support this ideal inside of the workplace as well. We're doing Qigong in the workplace. You don't have to move to do Qigong, right? Like I said, I teach Qigong, but I don't teach it always standing up. You can sit down in your chair, or even having mindfulness meetings. How do you breathe correctly before you go into the meeting to really reset your level? So we're doing a lot of that as well. Teaching a lot of workshops. We're working with Black men around healing, doing that. We're bringing in speakers from around the world to come in and teach this. So we're around in neighborhoods. We're at Langston Hughes Center for Performing Arts. We're down in Evergreen and Tacoma. We're going to be everywhere. So on my Instagram, that's where it's at. Like, tap into the Instagram, you'll see what's coming. It's a lot.
Well, there it is. You gave us a great segue for you to go ahead and make sure that people know exactly how to connect with you and all the great ways that you're bringing mindfulness out to the community and out to the public. Go ahead, let them know right there how they connect.
Instagram, Heru Nefer, HERUNEFER on Instagram. DM me there. We can schedule meetings, appointments. We can tap in and give you an assessment or analysis. They're free 15-minute conversations with me. We can do some Qigong. You'll find out where that's coming. Our speakers are coming, so look for that. March is going to be mad lit.
That's this one right here. Y'all, they done changed the
they
studio.
Changed the cameras up.
I'm trying to figure out what, it's still this one. He was talking to y'all.
I'm talking to y'all.
Well, thank you so much, Heru. Appreciate you being here and always bringing us Mindfulness Monday. Appreciate you.
I love it. I love this place. I love being here. Thank you for holding space. Peace and blessings to you. Remember, Zid Dudu Ren, heal yourself so you can help and heal others.
There it is. Zid Dudu Ren. Nice. Thank you. Y'all, what a great reminder we always get on these Mindfulness Mondays to take some of these practices into our places of business, our families, our communities, our workspaces. Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you are looking to bring some of this and you don't know and don't have the mechanism, just reach out to Heru. He said you can DM him on Instagram right there at Heru Nefer, so that you can also bring this to the spaces that matter to you. Well, up next, we have another inspiring person coming on the show. Up next, we got Evan Cook, who is gonna be sharing some of his work in community and how he's making an impact. Stay tuned right after this short break. You're watching The Day with Trey.